It's about time that I actually discuss this. Me and Paper Mario, man, we go way back. We go way back. Right? People keep talking about how it's Mario's 35th anniversary. How about Paper Mario's 20th? How about we talk about that, Yeah, it took me a little bit to make this video, but I'm finally doing it now. Mark my words. I'm going to continue reporting on this game. Not literally every single thing, like, like 50, 60 screenshots that are out or something like that. Because that would take hours to include those here too. But yeah, let's talk about the important things, right? Yeah, for sure I'm going to discuss like pretty much everything that's shown off in this game up until release. Because yeah, if I didn't do that, I'd be disappointed in myself. This is something that I want to do. So, I guess the way I'm gonna do this, right? The way I'm gonna have this all structured is just so I don't get confused, just so I don't lose track of anything. I'm gonna just start from the beginning, right? I'm just gonna start from the beginning and, work my way up and stuff. Okay, sorry, just checking something. Yeah, that's the way I'm gonna do this so I don't get lost, I don't get lost in thought or anything like that. That's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna take a look at this trailer, and then after that, we're gonna take a look at the battle system, and we're just gonna talk about pretty much everything. Like, I'm not gonna make like an hour-long video, nothing like that. But in order to go in depth with stuff, I'm gonna have to make a video that's at least semi-long, right? It's not gonna be short. That you can't have a full-on analysis of something and it be really short. So this is the one case where a video that's at least fairly long is justified. So let's get started here. Okay, so first of all, I love what Color Splash did in terms of its like creepiness factor, like on how it's just so weird and everything and dark. And yeah, Origami King is continuing this, and I flat out love that. I don't recall if that was my thought process watching this the first time, just because, the first time you look at a trailer, it's like you're like, you can't really talk, like, your brain is just processing too many things the first time you see something. Yeah. In the trailer, on my reaction video, that's not an accurate reflection on what I'm going to talk about now. Ever since then, I have looked at so many things and processed so many things. Yeah, my opinion's different now. Literally being reborn and, wrong answer, right answer, it matters not. Like, I don't even need to continue this, right? Like, I'm pretty sure we all love how this is creepy. And also, quick thing here. When she says goodbye, look at how the text looks. It's not completely warped, but oh man. The letters are positioned a certain way, and the periods, they like trail down. Oh god. And also, I love how when she talks, the dialogue box is also origami. I didn't realize that until a lot later. And even the arrow, where it shows who's speaking, even that's origami. I know a lot of people are kind of sick about the paper gimmick thing with the modern Paper Marios, but the way that Origami King is handling its gimmick, and it's actually fused together to a plot, that I like. I like how there's an actual point to this art style. After that part, then we see a scene where it shows here that the Shy Guys have transformed, right? They're reborn, I guess. I'll just say reborn, I don't know. And the Koopa and Hammerbro are like, oh boy, we're next. And we can see on the shadows here that they're getting taken, to be transformed. And Bowser here is hanging on a clothesline, and he's like, no. I think he's in this form just to hang him up. And then Mario obviously rescues him, or someone rescues him anyway. At first I thought that was like, oh, maybe he was being transformed, but then someone stopped it midway through. Maybe that makes sense. It's one of those two things, though, for sure. Now for this. I didn't process this, but I'm going to have to spend at least a minute or two talking about this part. We have an original villain in a Paper Mario game. Like I said, when the trailer was going on, I didn't process any of that. But here, now that I'm doing this, days later, like a week later now, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, oh my god, we have an original villain. And his name is King Ollie. Now, I think in Japan his name is King Ori. But Japan with R's and L's and stuff like that, like it translates here different. So that's kind of a neat touch. I don't know if that's ever happened in a Mario game or Mario and Luigi or something like that. I don't think we've ever had villain names where it had to have been translated, right? So that's really, really cool. Also, what's kind of cool, an original villain in a Paper Mario game. I don't think we had this since Super Paper Mario, and I'm really goddamn excited. This is something that I've wanted for a very, very long time. Very long time. And me watching it on my reaction video, it didn't accurately reflect that at all. But again, like I said, I was watching the trailer and my mind was just mush. And he has that emo look going for him. The hair covering one eye kind of thing. Yeah, it's just folded origami. That's really cool. Also, yeah, a Mario villain that is purple. That's kind of common, isn't it? Let me just put it into perspective here. We haven't had an original Mario villain when it comes to Paper Mario or Mario and Luigi since Phantasma in Mario and Luigi Dream Team. It's been 7 years. By the time this game comes out, 7 years later, there's an original villain in one of these games. Ugh. Finally happening again. Feels good to say that. Okay, moving on here. An origami plot. At first I thought that it was like an original plot, but it was like a pun that said origami plot, but no, that doesn't make sense. Unfolds. Yep, no, that's a pun for sure. And yeah, I gotta say, that town looks, it looks so good. Later on in this video, I'm gonna talk about like having the possibility of more towns, because I don't think this is the only one. We've seen other ones, so it just makes sense, right? Maybe there are some shops here, maybe some side quests or something like that. Yeah, just, the whole rustle and bustle of a town just adds to the atmosphere, adds to the experience, and it feels like it's going to be more, it's going to be more of an open world this time around. It's not going to be as linear. I feel like in terms of story, just going from point A to point B, doing the least amount of exploration as possible and just following the story, I think that'll be linear, but it's always been like that, not doing anything optional. It's a linear path. Like, it's always been that in, like, every game. So that's fine. And yeah, here there are 5 different colors of streamers. Red, yellow, pink, or purple? Yellow and blue. So I see 5 different streamers here. And then Shy Guy comes to the rescue. There's Mario. There's Olivia, which is that companion's name. Sort of playing off with Ori. Olivia, I don't know. I forget what her name is in Japanese, but it's definitely with an R. I remember that. At least I'm pretty sure it is. And yeah, they all escape. And then here's gameplay, and we see here that in the ground, it's being eaten. You can see underneath it, which is kind of a nice touch. You can see the trees here have eyes. I don't know, just kind of adds to it, I suppose. There's a treasure chest there. I'm not really sure what the process is going to be for opening those, but we'll see what happens. Then there's a sack there. I imagine that's your items. That's what I think. And then, yeah, just, playing off the idea here, right after that it shows a paper mache Goomba. He's eating it. You can even see all the detail in that paper mache, like all the wrinkles and stuff. It's really cool. They didn't fill in the eyes, and that's why you can see inside of it. So that's kind of neat. It's kind of creepy, like it doesn't have a soul or something. And then there's Olivia there. Yeah, it's a girl, by the way. I thought this was a male, but it's not. It's definitely a female. It says on the website that Olivia is King Ollie's sister. So not only does that confirm that she's a girl, but this confirms that they're related. They are siblings. This tells me that there's going to be some pretty interesting moments in this game. There's potential here for a good story with these characters. There is definitely potential here. I hope that they explore this to the fullest extent. And if not, at least meet us halfway here. Like, I imagine that there's going to be some instances where, you're going to run into King Ollie, and then Olivia's just going to be sad. Like, she's going to talk to Mario, saying stuff like, "Oh, I wish that my brother wasn't like this." There might be some moments where she confides to Mario, and you'll be able to see, like, deep down her character, Like, I imagine that there are going to be some moments in this game where you're going to run into Ollie. She'll be like, "No, brother, don't do this." And she's going to talk to Mario, and I can imagine a scene where she's crying her eyes out, and she's like, "Oh, my brother wasn't always like this. Why did he have to turn out this way?" And then it's like, dang, you're getting emotionally invested into these characters. I really hope that they do that here, right? Like, we haven't had anything like this since Super Paper Mario, right? The last Paper Mario game to have an original villain was Super, and here's another similarity. The villain and your companion have something to do with each other. In Super, it was a romantic love. In this game, it's a sibling love. Your family, right? So that's another similarity here. The companion and the villain have something to do with each other. So that's really cool. I hope that they explore that. And then here, people have memed the heck out of this bomb already. But yeah, me, well, I'm Ba-Bomb. I'm pretty sure. Okay, oh god. All right, so I don't want to go off on a tangent. Let's just keep going. It's the whole subject of partners, but let's keep going. I don't want to lose my mind here. Okay, so here Mario's running through meadows, like in fall or / autumn, something like that. And here we see Mario have 70 HP. He has a 1-up mushroom up there on the heads-up display. I mean, that only says one thing to me. If you die in battle, you'll get revived. That's what I think it is. Not every single Mario game ever means this. Like Color Splash had the 1-up card, for example, but it was to fill your paint. But whatever. I mean, I'm pretty sure it being next to your HP, like that only means one thing. And then you're going down a boat, you get hit 5 times, you lose the challenge. The Ba-Bomb here is with you. Olivia is all freaked out. That's kind of funny. And there is a Toad character with you as well. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Like the headgear there. I think that's like a certain culture of people that wear that stuff. But anyway, you're following the blue streamer. That just adds a lot of charm. Like you're going through the world, and you see the streamer, and it's like, all right, well, follow that streamer, and then you keep following it, and then you'll fight the boss of that area. Stuff like that. I think that's a really cool touch. It gives the game a soul, something different, right? Move, jump, throw confetti. I'm not sure what the confetti thing is all about, but we'll find out at some point. Yeah, This, I don't think I need to explain this. People have memed the shit out of this already. Arms! You know, that kind of thing. Yeah. People have already done that. That's beating a dead horse at this point. I don't think I need to talk about that much. That was the wow part of the trailer for a lot of people. Like, what the heck is this? Bowser Jr. Ta-da! How do I look? So there's Olivia there, Kamek, and Bowser Jr. There seems to be a lot of moments where these characters are with you. And, you know, they've given descriptions on the site where it said team up with characters throughout the game. So to a certain extent, there are going to be partners. I don't know to the fullest extent, but there definitely will be some extent to that. When I saw Bowser Jr. here the first time, I'm like, oh cool, he's back. I liked him in Sticker Star, to be honest. Okay, now, I'm not going to talk too much on this slide here, but let's just say we're going to get back to this at some point. Hieroglyphics are from Sticker Star, so that's kind of interesting. More parts of the world are torn out there on the floor. We're still seeing that. That's a toad, like the shadow, that's a toad with its face missing, which is creepy as hell. And yeah, we see a Toad character with us here. You know, he has a full getup and everything, right? As far as I'm concerned, this is original. Even if it's a Toad, as long as you do something with him and he looks good, I would count that as an original character in my opinion. As long as you go through the effort to make him different. But more on this later. Okay, and this is another instance of having more of an exploration thing here. I don't know if I've seen anyone talk about this yet, but right here in the background, you see something that says number 2. It looks to me like it's a pipe, but I'm not 100% sure. But there is a part later in this trailer where it shows pipes, and there are numbers on them. So maybe going in that number 2 pipe will lead here. That's just what that looks like to me. You see pokies, you see a glowing spot. Treasure, I imagine. Not sure what that is. I don't know. I don't know if that's an enemy in the overworld or something. If it is, it's new. Going here. There's a safe block in the background, so clearly this is an escape scene. So in case you die, there's a safe block there. That looks like the shell of a creature of some sort. I'm not sure, but that's what it looks like to me. More parts of the world being ripped out again, as you can see. He's pulling that. Yeah. Here's the room with all the pipes. Now, the pipe that I saw, or at least what I saw, is that it says number 2 there. And to me, it looks like a pipe. So, I don't know. Maybe that's what that is? I'm not sure. Mario's fishing at a Cheep Cheep. This kind of reminds me of Sticker Star as well, where you had to fight that Cheep Cheep, but that kept on growing bigger. And there's a Koopa back there. Some people are saying that that's going to be one of your companions. I mean, I'm not really sure if that's going to be a thing, but we'll see. Okay, now to address the elephant in the room. The battle system, obviously, is going to make it or break it for a lot of people. Now, again, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but I feel good about this battle system, and we'll get there at some point. Like I said, after we talk about the trailer in full, we're going to talk about the battle system. That's what we're going to do. But yeah, as you can see, it's all about lining them up, and you know, you get a buff from that. We're going to talk about this battle system when I show off that footage, so we can just get past this part. I do like the background here, though. Like, look at those statues. It kind of looks like the statues from the scene where Mario was jumping over the fire. This town looks absolutely gorgeous, by the way. And we see here in the background that there's a Luigi lamp. I'm not sure if that's going to be like, oh, find Luigi 5 times. So you get coins for a reward and stuff like that. I don't know. That's the one thing that comes to mind, though, obviously. As people have said before, this is basically Wind Waker. There's a little island here that's in the shape of a question mark. This is just the way it looks in the overworld, but you can dock yourself up on the pier here, and I assume it's going to be an actual fleshed out area. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's a lot of options here, and I'm surprised. You can open your sea chart, boost, move, dive, return to town. Yeah, there's going to be multiple towns for sure. And again, here it's just more expansive. I really do like this. But yeah, Wind Waker obviously comes to mind. Here's the clothesline that Bowser was pinned to, and there he is. He's all folded up, walking with you. That's kind of funny, actually, and I can't wait to see how that looks when you actually play the game. This is the very beginning, obviously. Mario has 50 HP. Some similarities with Color Splash there, because you start off with 50 HP there, too. Yeah, this is the part where you can see the same statues, I guess, but here it's blowing fire. And the sack, the item-looking thing, that's what I assume it is. It's like a different shade of green? I don't know, just this icon looks different now. So we'll see what that's all about. Okay, this right here, this is going to be the thing that I save pretty much for last, because this is going to be a doozy. Here we see Mario fighting Boos. He's jumping on them. Again, Nintendo is, you know, they're being very, very selective here with what they're showing with the battle system, because they want to get people talking. I feel like if you just show it off, it would get people talking, and just be honest. But, I mean, I guess this is more of a strategic way of doing it, because, oh, you know, we get some questions answered, but at the same time, it leaves us with more questions, right? That's what a trailer is supposed to do, and that's what they're doing with this battle system, with what they're showing right now. We can see here that Mario is doing 23 damage here. We'll see what happens. Yeah, this thing I have absolutely no idea. Like, I don't know what this is. I mean, I see coins on the sides, so it looks like you can get up here. But yeah, we can see here that this is King Ollie's insignia. So clearly something bad's happening here. But yeah, I have no idea what this creature is. None whatsoever. But that's the thing, right? That gets me excited. Because this is not generic. At the end of my reaction video, I was like, ugh, there's a lot more generic here. But then I rewatched it and I looked at it so many times. I don't know how many times I've looked at this trailer. I can't even keep track. I've probably watched it like maybe 30, 40 times. And I've seen other people react to it. But, yeah, it's not as generic as I once thought. Right? Like, this here is proof of that. Like, even if there is something underneath it, and it turns out to be like a Shy Guy, I don't know. If it's just like a generic enemy underneath all this string, I guess you could say, whatever. At least it's presented in an original way. But what if, though? What if this is an actual boss fight? Because at this point in the trailer, the music, you know, it gets more epic, like dun 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 dun, right? Like it gets all serious. Everything's grouped together when this part of the music is playing. So it all looks like it's compiled, hey, here are some bosses at the end of the trailer, right? Because how you make a trailer is you make it really climactic, have it fade to black, and then it leaves the viewer in awe, like, whoa, what is that, right? That's what a trailer, like I said, is supposed to do. So it looks like that this is going to be a boss. This next slide here, to me, I don't know if any other people have addressed this, but this is something I've noticed by myself. It looks like that whatever is crashing into this ship, right? Mario's on the ship, Olivia's here. A lot of people are there. That thing that's crashing into the ship, that huge-ass airplane or whatever, I guess it's meant to be like its own papier-mâché kind of ship. That looks like King Ollie crashing into the ship. The color scheme seems to be very similar. I don't know. Unless this is a different boss, it looks like King Ollie but transformed, because we've seen King Ollie transform from a shy guy, into his real form. So I don't know if this is King Ollie here crashing into the ship, or if this is a different creature altogether. And then here we see like a huge ass snapping turtle from what it looks like. I guess it somewhat looks like a Koopa, but it looks so different to the point where it's original in my books. It's different enough to make it not generic. Like at the end of this trailer, we see a lot of originality here. And I'm really happy about that, and I never noticed it until a lot later. Right? We see this weird string monster yarn wool thing. We see that crashing into the ship. I don't know if that's King Ollie transforming into things, because I'm pretty sure it's confirmed that King Ollie can transform into at least next to anything that he wants to, from what we've seen here. So maybe this is him, I'm not sure. Or if this is just a completely different entity, period. In any case, though, it's something original. And then, bam, here's this turtle. Original. And I love that. I love how there's a lot of new here. Nintendo and Intelligent Systems, they're finally showing a lot of new things here. It's not just generic characters. I'm so happy. And then, of course, we have the release date being July 17th. It's like, oh, it's 2 months. Oh my god. Like, yeah, I don't even think I said that. I was just out of it. Take the fact that you're seeing a trailer for the first time and it being early in the morning. And paper mache Samus helmet. Pew, pew. I think that's like the original blaster sound from like the NES game. I could be wrong though. It sounds like it. And then on the side here, we actually see a paper mache DK head. So I don't know if this is going to be like a Nintendo area. Maybe it's just going to be these two things. But yeah, this is amazing. Here's a Toad that's wearing a judo outfit. There was a screenshot that was like right next to a karate studio or something like that. It shows off a dojo of some kind, so maybe this could be the place, but then why are there a lot of Nintendo stuff here? Who knows? And then there's Olivia saying, you certainly don't see that every day. I'm like, yeah, Metroid? Probably like once a decade, how about that? A lot of people are saying that this is like a Metroid Prime 4 troll. Like it's making fun of the fact that they still haven't not just released the game, but they haven't shown anything from it yet. Like it's a jab at Metroid Prime 4 or something. I'm not sure about that. Maybe it's just a coincidence. And, this is a Nintendo area, like I said, mixed with a dojo thing. It's weird. And also, I guess I'll address this. This Babam, just like here and all that stuff, he doesn't have a wick. Can I say that? So, hooray, unique. It's not just completely generic. He doesn't have a wick. And I think that's why he looks like this here on the gondola. He's just relaxing, he has his legs crossed, or feet crossed in this case. He's like, hey, well, I'm Babam, right? He's lazy. He has that kind of look about him. I think, and I wonder if this makes sense. He doesn't have a wick. He's relaxed, right? Maybe he's just chill. Maybe he's lax, right? This is a Babam that doesn't explode. He's not going to explode in a few seconds and then poof, he's gone, right? He doesn't have a wick. He's not timed. This Babam actually has a life. He's not going to self-destruct, blow up, whatever. That's why he's so relaxed, because he doesn't have a wick. He's not going to blow up. He can live his life. So I wonder if that'll play a part in it. I don't know. But that is really cool, though. It's a Babam that doesn't have a wick. So we'll see if they explore that or not. I imagine they will.